Hello everyone, TAC1421 here with a MCPVP Hardcore Games kit review, and today we're going to be talking about the Specialist kit. First of all, let's talk about starting items and special abilities that come along with this kit. The first thing is you get a portable enchantment table. This will come in the form of an enchanting tomb, and this will allow you to enchant on the fly. You do not have to put down the enchantment table, it's just in the form of a book, and then you can put whatever you want to enchant inside of it and get your enchantment. The second special ability of this kit is earning double experience points from any source in the game. This will essentially allow you to earn your XP twice as fast, so you can level up faster, meaning that you can get more enchantments and you can get them at a faster rate in the game to get an edge above your opponents. The third and final perk of this kit, or special ability, is you get an experience bottle for every player kill. The experience bottle, you just throw it at your feet. It's a splash potion, so be careful about that. But you just throw down the splash potion, and you need to make sure that it's directly below you so that you can get the full experience points from the bottle. But if you do it right, you should get one level, which means every single time you kill an opponent, you get one level, which means you can enchant one thing, because you need at least one level to enchant things, so just keep that in mind. After going over the basics of this kit, hopefully you can kind of see how this kit can be very good and you can use it in your favor. I think it's a very good early game kit, and it can also be a very good late game kit, making it very, very useful. You can get a huge edge on your opponents by getting those levels on your swords and stuff like that, your enchantments. I'm not really an expert on enchanting, but we can go over a few basics. There are a lot of things in the hardcore games that you can enchant. You can enchant your tools, such as pickaxes and shovels. You can also enchant your swords, so you get your weapons more deadly. You can enchant your bow, which will help you probably get some more damage down. You can also enchant your armor, which is very beneficial to get more protection on your character. To enchant anything, you need at least one level, and I would recommend that you use only one level. You'll see in some of the clips I accidentally used two, but I'd recommend that you only use one level. If you've already enchanted everything that you need to enchant, you can possibly use more levels, but keep in mind, as you progress in the game and get more levels, the higher level enchantment, it increases the odds of getting a better enchantment or multiple enchantments on the item that you're trying to enchant. I'd recommend you try to enchant your sword first. It just adds more early game pressure. You can get anything from more power on your sword. You can also get fire aspect. You can get knockback. Sometimes you get multiple enchantments, and that just gives you an easier time to fight other opponents, and it can give you an edge on your opponents as well. Enchanting your armor can be very huge and very beneficial to your character in the hardcore games. It essentially gives you more protection. You can get anywhere from protection 1 and upward. You can also get some blast protection. You can get fall protection with your boots. You can also get blast protection and fire protection, as well as projectile protection. There's a lot of different things to help your character out, but essentially every single time you enchant your armor, it helps you out more in the game. Something to keep in mind, and just a little bit of a tip, is if you have extra gold on you, don't be afraid to enchant some armor, because gold has the best chance of getting multiple enchantments and better enchantments on your golden armor. So say that you have an iron helmet and a golden helmet, you might want to try to enchant the gold helmet, because you have a higher chance of getting multiple and better enchantments on your gold helmet, and they're about the same. Gold helmet will break faster, but they essentially give the same amount of efficiency and same amount of protection. So just keep in mind that you might want to enchant your gold armor, because they do have a chance of getting very good enchantments on them and can help you out tremendously throughout the game. If you are teaming with a specialist, if you have a specialist on your team as a teammate with you, I think there's a few things to keep in mind. You might have to change a few strategies here and there, but essentially you should try to let the specialist get all the XP. If you're mining, make sure that the specialist gets all the iron out of the furnaces. This will allow them to get double experience and level up faster and be able to enchant more items. If you're killing mobs, hopefully they can kill more mobs and get more XP. Even if you do kill a mob yourself, you can still try to let the specialist get all the XP from killing the mob, because you don't necessarily pick it up right away. Also, if you're trying to kill an opponent, maybe you have the opponent outmatched, maybe you have them overpowered. If it's quote-unquote an easy kill, some kills are kind of a toss-up and you can easily get it between other players on your team, try to let the specialist get the kill, because they can get the experience bottle, and every time you get an experience bottle, that's essentially one more thing you can enchant. So just keep that in mind if you are teaming with a specialist. Now it's time for my scale of performance on a scale of 1 to 10. First, let's talk about the early game. I'm going to give this kit an 8. I think it's a very solid early game kit. It can imply lots of pressure, but you still need to get that first kill. You still need to kill maybe some mobs. Basically, you still need to get that very first level to enchant things. But if you do manage to enchant, say, a sword, if you enchant a stone sword or an iron sword at the very beginning of the game, it can really help you out early game and just help you kill more players. Now let's move on to mid-game. I'm going to give this kit a 9. I think it's a very solid mid-game kit. I like to go on the hunt with this kit, and you can play this kit a lot of different ways. You can play it by going on the hunt early and throughout the course of the game. You can also mine for things, and through mine you gain levels and you can enchant things along the way. That will help you out. But mid-game, I think it's definitely very solid. I think you can enchant things every single time you get a kill, every single time you level up and get more XP. You have the chance of basically making your character stronger, and that will help you out throughout the mid-game. Late game, I'm going to give this kit a 10. While I still feel there's many different ways of enchanting items throughout the game, you can find an enchantment table, you can have a specialist on your team, etc. I think that having the option of enchanting your sword and your armor throughout the game, and also enchanting at the feast and getting double experience points throughout the game to be able to enchant more things, is a huge late game pressure. It will allow you to win things like the feast because you might have a huge advantage over your other opponents in the game because you've enchanted things. You have more armor, you have better protection, you also have more firepower with your sword, etc. So I think it's a very solid late game kit, and I'm going to give it a 10. As far as a solo kit goes, I'm going to give this kit a 9. I think it's a very darn good solo kit. I think you can go on the hunt, you can get multiple kills. You don't really have to worry about giving extra things to your teammate. You can enchant your own things, you can go at your own pace, you can mine for yourself, and I just think it's a very good solid solo kit. Next up, the team kit category. How well is this kit as far as a team atmosphere goes? I'm going to give this kit a 9. I think it's one of the best team kits out there. You can essentially give your items to the specialist and have them enchant it for yourself. You don't have to worry about enchanting. If you play your cards right and let the specialist get all the XP, if you get a few kills and they manage to get those experience bottles for themselves, you can enchant items, you can enchant your armor, you can enchant your swords like I talked about before, and you can give them to your teammates and make it so that your team is extra powerful, and this just allows you to have more firepower, more protection throughout the game. So I'm definitely going to give this kit a 9. I think it's a very, very powerful teaming kit. As far as a fun factor goes, I'm going to give this kit a 7. I think there's a lot of kits out there that are more fun than this kit, but it's still very fun to go on the hunt and be able to enchant things very fast in the game, getting more experience. I think it's a solid fun factor. It's a good fun kit to use, but I still think there's other fun kits out there, such as Stomper for myself and things like that, that I just feel are a little bit more fun to use, but I'm still going to give it a 7 because I think it is a solid fun kit to use. Last but not least, the overall category, I'm going to give this kit a 9. I think it's an overall very good kit for the hardcore games. It gives you pressure in the early, mid, and late game, scaling all the way through. I think it's a very good solo kit. I think it's a very good team kit. It's pretty fun to use, and I just overall think it really deserves a 9. I think it's one of those very special kits out there that you will get wins with. You will succeed with this kit if you play your cards right, and I just think it's just solid all the way around. I've played about 10 games with it, and throughout those 10 games, I've won about 3 or 4. So I think it's a pretty solid kit to use, and hopefully you play with it and have some success as well. Anyways, that's it for my review. I hope you learned something. I hope you got something out of this kit review, and hopefully you try this kit out for yourself. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you guys can check out my channel if you're watching this somewhere else, it is TAC14, 21 games, post a lot of content out there, so hopefully you enjoy that, and I will hopefully see everyone next time. If you guys can leave this video a like, that'd be greatly appreciated, and until next time, take it easy everyone. Peace.